So hi, this is Vijay Gautam, and I am here to present you the presentation on the change management proposal for the subject Advanced Health Service Management. So this presentation outlines the cultural and the workforce challenges that are identified at a large metropolitan hospital, the proposed strategy to address them, and the feasibility plan to ensure the safe and the sustainable change that. And then I will walk you through the background and the initiative itself, also the, along with its feasibility, and the finally the key takeaway notes from this presentation. So moving towards the next slide. So what is the change? So change management. So basically it refers to a structured process that guides individuals, teams and organizations from their current state to a desired future state. So in healthcare, change must be carefully researched, communicated and adopted without the compromising the patient safety and the quality care. Frameworks such as the Cortos's step model provides a structured approach by creating the urgency, building leadership, enabling communication, securing short-term wins, and the embedding a culture of the sustainable change. So this culture of sustained change, this framework underpins the initiative proposed in this presentation. So moving towards the next slide. So what is my role and the problem at the hand? So as a healthcare service management student, I took the role of a planner and analyzing the organizational culture within the 500-bed metropolitan hospital in New South Wales. So my role basically included evaluating workforce data, identifying the risks and designing a fit for proposed change strategy. The data that reveal the significant cultural issues like the staff reported favoritism, slow grievance handling, poor communication, low trust in the leadership, and the high turnover. So these were the issues that were directly impacting both the staff well-being and the patient safety, making the change not only necessary but at its urgent level. So and more importantly, the initiative is value-driven, guided by the fairness, equity, staff well-being, and culturally safe practice, ensuring the alignment with both the workforce and the patient needs. So moving towards the next slide. So the hospital is a hospital context. What hospital context? It is a 500 bed metropolitan facility serving a large culturally and linguistic diverse community to critical service areas like the intensive care unit and the pathology were selected as a pilot sites for the initiative due to their high pressure nature and essential role in the patient's outcome. So, staff profile analysis revealed the high workloads and an annual turnover rate of 19%, and the repeated surveys feedback highlighting the poor trust and the moral were found. This hospital context forms the foundation for the proposed management initiative. So, and now I will show you the roadmap, the how this information was gathered. So in summary, today's presentation will first outline the background and the case for the cultural change. It will then describe the proposed change management initiative, including the specific strategies and the measurable outcomes. And then following that, I will also demonstrate the feasibility of the initiative through the stakeholder engagement, communication planning, and the phase timeline. And finally, I will conclude that with the key home-taking messages regarding how this initiative addresses the pressing workforce and the cultural issues at the hospital. So next slide. So change management initiative and what is the problem and what is the need. So change initiative was saved by the workforce data and staff surveys, which consistently identify the favoritism, weak communication, and the slow grievance resolution. So psychological safety was low and trust in leadership was declining. High turnover of 19% was compounding the instability. So these cultural deficits jeopardize both the staff well-being and the delivery of the safe patient care. So therefore, an evidence-based strategy was designed to directly address these critical needs and supports a more transparent and the resilient workforce culture. So, and in short, the high turnover of the 19% jeopardize the staff well-being and the patient safety, making change not only necessary but at its urgent level. So talking more about strategies. So this is not about just blaming the individuals, but it is more specific about addressing the systematic leadership and the cultural barriers that affect the staff well-being and the patient's outcome. The initiative includes the two core strategies. The first, the transformational leadership training combined with the leader rounding and the tired hurdle. Then this approach builds the leadership visibility and reinforces fairnesses and improves staff trust. Second, a peer support program was introduced, providing staff with the protected time to assess the psychological support. And then this program aims to reduce the burnout, improve the psychological safety, and promote a supportive workforce culture. And togetherly, the strategies provide a balance focus on the leadership, accountability, and the staff well-being, thus making the strategies are grounded in the values of the equity, staff well-being, and the cultural safety, which form the foundation of a long-term cultural renewal. So moving to the next slide. So, what are the outcomes and the target that we're aiming for? The initiative that sets clear, the measurable targets are made, and psychological safety scores, which is currently at 3.2, are expected to increase to 3.5 within the 12 month, and the grievance resolution cycle time now at the median of 45 days will be reduced to 20 days. Annual turnover currently at 90% is targeted to fall to 16% by the end of the year. These measurable outcomes demonstrate that the initiative is not only the strategic but also the outcome driven, ensuring the tangible improvement for the both the staff and the patients. And the patient center indicators such as the improved patients experience survey scores and the reduced incident rate will also be monitored to demonstrate the broader citizen impact. And in addition to the staff focus measure, patient center outcomes such as the improved patients experience scores and the reduced clinical incident rate will also be tracked down to demonstrate the benefits for the both staff and the wider community. So talking more about this overview, so the success of the initiative depends on the feasibility factors such as the stakeholder engagement, transfer and communication, and the stage implementation. A 12-month project schedule has been designed with the pilot unit to ensure a controlled rollout and the safe evaluation before the hospital-wide adoption. So evaluation checkpoints, including the dashboards, pulse surveys, and the review gates are integrated into each stage to monitor the progress and allow for the timely adjustment. So this initiative is guided by the values of the fairness, equity, staff well-being, and culturally safe practice, ensuring the changes aligns with both the workforce and the patient needs. So to ensure this sustainability, the initiative has a dedicated resource plan. Zero point 0.6 FT project manager will coordinate the program over the 12 months. Three clinical leads will provide the zero point 0.1 FT each during the pilot phase, and our training budget of approximately about maybe like you can say Australian $55,000 is allocated for the leadership development, with the Australian dollar $62,000 for peer support hours, and the Australian dollar $18,000 for ICT dashboards and tools. So for the $20,000 supports evaluation. In total, this program requires an estimated Australian dollar of 192,500 Australian dollar in the first year within the 10% contingency. So these investments ensure the initiative is adequately resourced and the sustained at the sustainable time. Moving more about the talking about the stakeholder plan. So, so the key stakeholders will play the essential roles in this initiative. The executive sponsor, the hospital CEO, will oversee the scope and the remove the barrier. The chief people's officer will lead the BIB standards and roster audits and the policies update. Director of nursing and pathology will implement the leaders rounding and the civil the actions within the pilot unit, and the final the staff representative and the consumer representative will co-design the policies, ensuring the inclusivity and the cultural appropriateness. So this collaborative structure ensures both the top down and the bottom of the engagement. And so moreover about the communication strategy, the communication will be tailored to these audience. All staff will receive the updates through the monthly town halls and the newsletter, reinforcing the purpose of the change and the celebrating wins. The pilot unit teams will also engage in the daily hurdles and weekly leader rounding for the real-time updates and feedback. So executives and the board will receive monthly dashboards and governance reports to track the progress and ensure the accountability. So this multi-level communication strategy ensures the clarity, transparency, and the responsiveness throughout the project. And so more we're talking about the timeline. So the initiative will roll out over the 12-month time period. The first and second month 1 to 2, will focus on the business baseline measure and the stakeholder engagement and leadership training. And month 3 to 4 will launch the pilot in the ICU and the pathology with hurdles and the peer support. And month 5 to 6 will involve the evaluating the pilot, refining the strategies and addressing the resistance. And within the month 7 to 9, we'll expand the rollout to the other department. And finally, the month 10 to 12 will embed the changes organization wide and conduct the final evaluations and develop the sustainability plan. So as a whole, as a concluding, so what I can say is the hospital is facing an urgent cultural deficit in leadership, visibility, grievance handling, and communication. So the proposed change initiative that is grounded in a transformational leadership and the peer support directly addresses these issues with the clear, measurable targets, with strong feasibility ensured through the stakeholder involvement, phase implementation, and the transparent communication. So this initiative has the potential to significantly improve the staff trust, retention, and ultimately patient safety. So it is both a necessary and the achievable change. So yeah, and at the end, so thank you for your wonderful attention. So this concludes my presentation. I now welcome any questions you may have about this change management proposal and its strategies or its feasibility or its timeline or anything that you see in the slides or out of the slides. So you can just all the questions are welcome, and also you can scan the in this QR code. So for the for the information regarding this context, and also you can email me for further information. There is my email. So that's it. So thank you again so for being here. Yeah, and yeah, you can all the ask questions. All the questions are welcome. Thank you so much. And these are my references. You can see my references too. Yeah, and all questions, all everything is just welcome. So yeah, let me finish my slide. Yeah.